I'm shy, I'm loving, I'm caring, and I'm timid. What up, guys? I'm back again with another video. I know you guys haven't seen me in a while, but I'm here to tell you I'm about to start uploading every single day. I gotta get this stuff done. We did the vision board and I haven't been doing nothing to achieve all that stuff that's on the vision board. So I'm here to tell you it's time to start hustling, it's time to start grinding, it's time to start getting these videos out so we can achieve our dreams and goals. For those of you who do live in Tampa, as you can see, I'm out at Riverfront Park. Well, not necessarily Riverfront Park. It's on the other side of the bridge, but I'm out here. The reason I came out here is so I can remember all the good times, or well, not even remember all the good times, the times that my dad, my father and I and my brothers and sisters used to come out. I don't know if my sister came out here, but we used to always come out here and go fishing. So that's a good memory that I have of being out here of Riverfront Park, is the fishing. We used to always come out here. My dad, sometimes my uncle and his kids, we used to come out here and have a good time, catch some fish. I don't remember the exact fish we used to catch because I was so small and little. I just wanted to give you guys a little portion of my life, tell you guys where I come from and what I grew up doing and all of the details of my life. I tried to do this video like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It didn't go well because I felt like I was trying to plan it too much. If it didn't go as planned, I didn't like the video or nothing. So today I'm redoing this video. No plans, no expectations. I'm gonna just go through pretty much my whole life, give you guys a piece of me so you guys can see where I came from, how I became who I am today, what things that I went through, all that stuff. I'm gonna give you guys a portion of me that I never gave before. I'm gonna try to give you guys a portion of me. This video is pretty much telling you guys, who am I? That's what I'm gonna title this video, who am I? My name is Dominique Royal. I was born on February 26, 1991. I am a brother of 7 siblings. It's 7 of us, well, it's 8 of us all together. I make 8, but I have 7 brothers and sisters. 4 is with my mom and dad. All 4 of us, we lived in the house. All 4 of us, we lived in the house together with my mom and dad. The other 4, they stay outside of the house. I have an older brother. I don't know how old I don't know the ages. I have an older brother, an older sister, and then all the rest of the kids are below me. I'm the 3rd oldest out of all my dad's kids. 4 with my father and my mother. It's 3 boys and 1 girl in the house that lived in the house with my both parents. And it's 2 boys and 2 girls that live outside of the house. Like I said in the beginning of the video, growing up, I was very shy. I'm starting to wing off of that, like no longer shy anymore, but growing up I was very shy. It was times that I remember I used to, like, say I go to school, I do my homework, I could have my homework in my book bag. I don't know what it was. This is crazy for me to even be thinking about this, that I used to even do this. I used to do my homework at home, have it in my book bag. And you know how when the teacher call your name in the front of the class, like, hey, no, not even call your name, call for homework in the front of the class, the whole class got to get up, go and put their homework in the bin, the bucket, whatever, or on the teacher's desk. It was times that I used to have my homework in my book bag. I was so shy, I don't know what it was. I didn't like people looking at me, no nothing. I took it as far as keeping my homework, getting bad grades, because I didn't want people to see me be looking at me. I always felt like people were staring at me. I didn't want to get up out my seat and go take my homework to the front desk. I used to do that in high school too. I don't know what it was, but I was shy growing up. I'm still a little shy now. I'm starting to say, forget that. That's why I do these videos. Half of the people that know me and grew up with me, like all my family, they would have never thought I'd be doing YouTube videos because I was so shy. I barely used to talk, no nothing. If I didn't know you, I wasn't talking to you. I didn't hold no conversations. Even if I know you, it's not like I come out and be like, hey, such and such. If you don't start no conversation with me, I won't say nothing. I don't know what it is. I was just shy growing up my whole life. I was chubby growing up my whole life. I'm gonna find some pictures and place them up on the screen at my parents' house. I remember going to at least about 5 elementary schools. I don't know why we moved so much. I asked my parents them like a few months ago when I decided to do this video. They just said we kept moving. But I guess that's really why I didn't have friends growing up all through elementary, because we used to move around so much. I don't know what it was. It was me being shy too, why I didn't have much friends. From as what I can remember, I went to Bellwether, I went to Crestwood, I went to Foster Elementary. These are all elementary schools in Tampa, Florida. I'm from Tampa, Florida. If you don't know, this is Tampa, Florida. I've been living here all my life, grew up here all my life. So those 3 schools that I can remember right off the bat. I do remember going to some school out in Tampa Terrace. I don't know the name of it. So that's 4 right there. I can remember 4 schools right here, offhand 4 schools. I have to ask my parents on the rest of it. I'm gonna do a video of me spilling my life, and then tomorrow I'm gonna do another video of going around to all my family members. If you wanna see that video, stick around. I'm gonna go around to all my family members, ask them, like, because I feel like a lot of people, they give you their side of the story and they let you hear what they want you to hear. They don't go to other people and say, how is this person? Is this person a good or a bad person? What do you think of this person? So I'm gonna go through that, go through all my family members, well, not every single one of them, but a good majority of them, and say, how do you feel about Dominique? What do you think about me? How do you think I am, whether shy and all that stuff? So you can get someone else's perspective of me. So I don't just give you this narrative of I'm this type of person, because I feel a lot of people, they give their narrative of the story and not everyone else's. It's 2 sides to every story. You're not gonna say everything, even all the bad stuff. You're not gonna come out and say, oh, I did this and this. That's why if I leave out anything, I'm going to give others a chance to say, hey, Dominique did this. Even be some stuff that I may forget, and they can remember and say, hey, you used to be like this, and this. And I feel like that will help tell my story as well, asking other people how they feel about me. So I'm going to do that video tomorrow, go around to my family members. But back to this story. Growing up, we weren't wealthy. My parents, they both had some pretty good jobs. My dad, he worked for the city. As far as I can remember, my mom, she worked for Citibank. She don't work there anymore. She stopped working there around middle school, high school, I think. Yeah, she stopped working there. So we grew up, we wasn't dirt poor. We grew up kind of like, say it was poor, and then you got middle class. I say growing up, we were like either middle class or a notch right below middle class. We didn't grow up dirt poor, and the reason why we did it, my parents, from my perspective, they both worked their behind off, so we didn't have to live like them. My dad, he grew up and lived in the projects. My mom, she grew up, lived in the projects. They didn't want that life from us, so they worked their behind off to get us out of the projects. No, we don't want you guys to stay there. We don't want you guys to grow up how we grew up. So we grew up in the house on Lambright Street, 1514 East Lambright. I took you guys around there. If you want to see the house, go back to the time I stole a bike video and I got the worst whipping ever. Go back to that video and you can see the house I grew up in. And I grew up there, around 4th or 5th grade. Since I've been in the 4th or 5th grade. I'm 27 now. We've been living on Lambright Street since I went to college. I went to college after high school. I'm gonna go from the schools that I remember. I already told you the elementary schools I went to. I went to Wilson Middle School, that's in Hyde Park. I went to Wilson all 3 of my middle school years. And then high school, I went to Middleton High School. That's on 22nd and Osborne. Growing up, I remember not getting the best grades out of the kids. I didn't really get really good grades. It was like average to below average. I don't think I ever got honor roll. Unless it was like in elementary school. I can't remember back that far, but I don't think I ever got honor roll like in the grades that matter. So I wasn't the best student, and I was always the type of person that I can remember. I was the type of person, because I was so quiet, no one expected anything out of me. Like, you know how you in high school and you see this type of person, they doing well on all they're doing well in high school, they're very smart and all this, and you're gonna be like, this person is gonna be somebody. I wasn't that type of person. I was always shy, kept to myself, and nobody expected anything of me. Like, if I go back to the people in high school, nobody will tell you Dominique is going to be this, or this. So that's why I felt like once I do make it to where I'm going to be in the next few years, or even this year where I'm going to be, it's going to be shocking to a whole bunch of people, because it's like I wasn't the person anybody expected anything out of. I can't remember nobody saying, oh, you're going to be wealthy one day, you're going to be this one day. And then I always kept to myself. I felt like this my whole life. I knew I was going to be something. I knew I was going to be big at something. And I just always kept it to myself. I just used to imagine myself in a big house with the nice watch, the nice cars. I used to just always imagine and envision myself in doing that. I never told anybody. So that's why I believe, like, I'm not the person like you hear all the time in music, in interviews and all that, when everybody say, oh, I used to say I'm gonna be this, everybody doubted me and all that stuff. I didn't come out and say I want to do this, this, and this to people. So I don't have no haters, I don't have no doubters, no nothing. Because I didn't just used to come out and say this. I remember, because my mom, she was a very detail-oriented person. She liked for you to do stuff like write stuff down, put all your dreams and goals and stuff. And I remember she sat each one of us down and said, where do you see yourselves in 5 years? I did not know, because I didn't know what I was gonna be, but I just envisioned myself being wealthy, extremely wealthy, but I didn't know what path I was gonna take. So I remember just doing like some BS answers, like just some generic answers. I believe she still had that paper because she saved it. I was just writing some BS stuff down, like say I want to do this, this, and this. I'm gonna try to find that paper, because I was just writing anything, because I didn't know what I wanted to be or what path I was going to take. Growing up, I know a lot of people were into sports and all that stuff. Baseball, that's why I like for Dominique to play baseball. Baseball was a huge part of my life. I played baseball the most out of all the sports that I was in. It was baseball. I played at the Yellow Jackets Little League. And I played there for every single year, as far as T-ball all the way up to senior league. I'm gonna take you guys there right now so I can tell you guys all about my experience there, what I learned, all the things that I learned, all the lessons that I was taught, and all of that. I'm about to take you guys there right now so I can show you guys. I decided to talk to y'all while I was walking to the car. So growing up, I was a huge Lil Wayne fan. I used to love Lil Wayne music. I would consider Lil Wayne as my favorite rapper if I still like the music that he coming out with now. I'm gonna just go ahead and say Lil Wayne my favorite rapper. I don't like the music that he coming out with right now, but I can remember a story of one time my cousin Rico, he brought his CD player to our house. He let me listen to my very first mixtape ever. So shout out to my cousin Rico. He put me on to my very first mixtape. He let me listen to The Suffix by Lil Wayne. That's my all-time favorite mixtape, because that was my first mixtape, and I really like all the music that's on it. I can listen to that whole mixtape from beginning to end, not skip nothing. He let me download the whole CD. and I downloaded it, kept it for myself, and I've been listening to that mixtape. I still listen to it to this day. To this day, I still listen to that mixtape. So I wanted to give y'all that little story of what music I like. I like Young Jeezy, Thug Motivation 101. That's my favorite Young Jeezy album. But growing up, my favorite TV shows, I can, off the top of my head, Rocket Power. I like Cat Dog. What else? I used to watch sometimes Johnny Bravo, Ed, and Eddie. I used to love that show. My top shows was Rocket Power, Ed, and Eddie, Cat Dog, and I used to watch some other shows, but they wasn't my all-time favorite. That right there, that's where my grandma used to stay at. We spent a lot of time at this house, at this apartment right here in West Tampa, North Boulevard Homes. We spent a lot of time there. That's where I used to get off the bus at, and that story I told you guys, I used to get off the bus and we used to walk here from the school bus after we get out of elementary school. So we spent a lot of days here. I used to even, I'm gonna get out. Yeah, we spent a whole lot of days here, especially right here in this little walkway right here. When we be coming past here, I be telling my wife that me and my little cousin them, we used to play baseball right here in this little way. We used to pitch right there and we used to hit right there. I don't know how we used to play baseball in this small space, but we did it. We used to play baseball right there, hit home runs on top of the roof. I don't know how we did it in that little small space, but these were some good times at this house right here. Sometimes we used to sit on the front porch, and then we used to sit on the back porch. But down here, we spent a lot of time at this park down here. When we used to come to my grandma's house, we spent so many hours at this park right here. This park, so much stuff went down at this park. We used to play football on the park, we used to play basketball, and we used to play baseball on this same park right here. When we played baseball, we used to hit home runs. The interstate wasn't that high. They just recently made and built that interstate that high right there. I don't know if y'all really can see it, but they recently built that high. The interstate was lower and you can see on the interstate. Home runs, we used to hit home runs on the interstate. We used to manhunt, tag, all that right here. And it was a playground right there. It was a playground right there. And there was like this little sitting area over there with some bleachers right here. And a little sitting area over there. And they used to serve, in the summer, you can come over there and get free lunch. I love free lunch. The turkey sandwiches with that mayo, that's my favorite free lunch. That sub sandwich thing. Man, that was so good. But right here, I can remember it was a piece of glass. We was playing something right here. And it was right by the playground. I got a piece of glass stuck in my leg. It was a big piece of chunk of glass too. Y'all can still see it. I'm gonna try to get a good angle so y'all can see it. Yeah, I remember getting a piece of big chunk of glass stuck in my leg right there. I ran all the way back to my grandma's house and I was telling them, man, I was bleeding and all that. My grandma said, he all right, he don't need to go to the hospital. And that everybody, you know, grandma, once your grandma say something, that's the law. You don't need no other advice or nothing. We took her advice, didn't go to the hospital. They took the glass out my leg and it healed up, as you can see. But based on that big old cut, that looked like I could have got some stitches for that. Because it was a big piece of glass. I did that right here. It was a playground, not even at the playground. I did it right there. This is crazy, but now they tearing all these down. They tearing the projects down so they can rebuild some condos and all that stuff. They're gonna redo all this. But they tearing down all of everybody's memories. We used to have some fun growing. Well, I didn't live over here. You can say I grew up over here because we was over here like every weekend, every week, because we played down the street baseball every single week. We used to be over here. Once we get out of school, we'll go to my other grandma's house when we got up in age, and then once we left there, we'll stop by here before we go home. But this was a big part of our life because we used to always be over here. But once again, we didn't live over here, but we spent a lot of time over here because all of our family members, they used to stay over here. Yeah, I even remember when we used to have big game days. Me, my whole family, we used to stand out there in the street, in the parking lot. We used to stand over there in the parking lot, play, well, I forgot what game that is. I know we used to play Foursquare. We also used to do the crates, the milk crates, tear the bottom out of the milk crate, make a basketball goal. We used to do that right at my grandma's house, play basketball. I don't know why we did that, because not even 20 feet away is a basketball court right there. So we used to do that. And what's that, hands down, connect the five? We used to play that. I forgot what that game called. Name, subject. I forgot what that game called, but we had a huge circle. I remember one time we had a huge circle of my whole family, friends, all that in the circle playing that game. That was a good night right there. It was nighttime when we were playing that. But I'm about to head to the baseball part so I can show you guys or tell you guys about my life coming up at the Yellow Jackets Little League. Yeah, I just made it to the Yellow Jackets field, the Little League, Yellow Jackets Little League baseball field, and right across the street, that was the MLK. That was MLK. I used to go there. I used to play basketball for MLK right across the street. It's a park. And over there too is ATOS. I used to be there quite a bit because sometimes, like, say if I get in a fight or two, I used to get in some fights at school. I go to ATOS. You get suspended when you go there. A lot of y'all may not know about getting suspended, but once you get suspended, you'll go there so you can get, I think, credit, so you can go back to school and do your work and something like that. But I used to go there at ATOS, and then once I leave there, I go walk to my grandma's house from there. But we at the Yellow Jackets Little League baseball field. This is where we spent so much time. Good times, bad times. We learned stuff, all that stuff right here at this baseball park, right here. As I'm walking around, I haven't been here since I played here. Well, after that, because my little brother, he played here too after I grew up out of this part, and he played here as well. I'm looking now, I see Coach James, he passed away. That man right there, he was crazy. I got a crazy story for y'all. One time we was cleaning out this the storage area because we was getting the park ready for, I don't know what, but my dad, he helped the park out clean, and he made us help them too. And Coach James, we were cleaning up that stuff, and there was roaches in there. He picked up a roach. I know this, Nazzy, if you skip to this, but if you don't want to hear this, but if you do, he picked up a roach in there. He was like, this good protein, and he ate it. That was yeah, I remember he did that. It was right there in that room right there. He ate a roach and said it was good protein. But rest in peace, Coach James. I did not know he passed away. It say he passed away in 2017, and he used to coach this from, as far as I can remember, it say 27 years he volunteered, and I'm 27. So he was, when I was born, he started. Man, In this field right here, it was a lot of football, a lot of fights, a lot of all that. I remember one time they brought out boxing gloves too. We was down there boxing, and they took all the all-star boards now. They used to have boards up here where our players went to the all-stars and they won, like say they went to district and all that stuff. They had all that up here. They took it down. They don't have it on none of the fields. Yeah, but growing up here, I used to remember my first experience of gambling was used to be uphill cards, flip with quarters, flip right here. Used to bring a whole bunch of quarters, play flip for the quarters. And them quarters add up. Yeah, them quarters add up, but this was it right here. I'm telling you now, you could get the best burger right here, better than some restaurants. It's people that come up here just to eat dinner, just to eat lunch and dinner. They don't even be having games. They'll come up here just to eat, because Coach Wright Burgers, I wish he was here so he can talk to y'all. These burgers are the best. I used to love these burgers, the Parental puffs, the French fries. I get me a burger, a Coach Wright burger, a French fry, and a Gatorade, Powerade or Gatorade. I think it was Powerade. That combination, you was good. Those burgers was delicious. I'm gonna come back up here and get me a burger. Y'all gotta try one of them burgers. If you live in Tampa and you see this baseball field open, come get a burger. I'm telling you, that's gonna be one of the best decisions you can make in your life. At this field right here, I had some of the best times of my life at this field right here. This field, every Saturday, it was like block parties. Everybody from all across town used to come here, especially at the West Tampa projects. Everybody that if you was a kid and you lived in West Tampa, you played at this part. This was the place to be at on Saturdays, every Saturday, because you had the best burgers in the world, Coach Wright Burgers. You had good games, and everybody used to come out here and chill. It's like this was the place when you did it, like say you got in trouble at school and all that stuff. This is the place to get outside of life. You ain't think about nothing. You was just living in the moment, playing baseball, having a good time with family. My whole family used to come up here every weekend. All my brothers, sisters. My sister, she played softball here. All my brothers, they played baseball here. This was the place to be, and I learned so much on this field right here, the major league field. No matter growing up, if you was on T-ball, you was, no matter what age you was, up until a certain age. I think it was like 12, because I think 13 you go on the big field, I think. But up until 12, no matter what age you was playing on this major league field. This was a pretty big field. I don't know why, but I was pretty good at baseball. I love baseball growing up. I was pretty good. It's like over time I got tired of it, because it was like it started to get repetitive, doing the same thing. Like my younger brother, I feel if I was traveling, going like state to state playing baseball, I would still be in it. But I just got tired of it, doing the same thing over and over and over. It wasn't at this part. It was even like in high school and all that stuff on the senior league part. When I got old enough to play on that big field, we used to go to like St. Pete games, but I was old enough to play on that field. But when it was time to go to like All-Stars and all that, I wasn't old enough to do that, because we ain't have no junior league all-star team. It was only a senior league all-star team. So that whole year I just played here, and then once all-star came, I didn't play all-star because we didn't have enough players. We had majority of the players, they was on senior league. So that's really why I kind of fell out of baseball, because I stopped, pretty much wasn't doing it all the time, and I wanted to see new things, travel, do this and do that. So that's why I fell out of it. I barely played in high school. I think I played my junior year in high school baseball, and that's it. One of the most important lessons that stuck with me throughout my whole life, I learned on this field. My daddy, he taught me this lesson. Well, you know how you got T-ball, and then once you're done with T-ball, you just go straight to the major leagues. It's no This not like pony where it got like the Shetland, Pinto and all that. You go from T-ball to major league. So it was like my first years coming from T-ball. I could have been up there for like a year or two. We used to play for the Dodgers, and the whole team, they was much older than me, and I was a pretty good baseball player, but I wasn't as good as them because I'm still young. And me thinking in my head, I'm pretty good. I ain't even care if I played in the outfield. I just wasn't playing at all because all the older kids was playing. So I stumped mad leaving the baseball field, because this, like, I've been playing some games and I was barely getting in because everybody was better than me. Of course they're gonna be better than me because they older than me. So I'm mad leaving. I was walking out that dugout right there. And I'm telling my daddy I want to quit this team because my cousin Dante, he used to play for the Mets, and their team wasn't that good. The Dodgers was the team to be on because they had all the good players. I remember Corey, my cousin Terrence, all of us, we played for the Dodgers. And the Mets, they was a little sorry team but my cousin Dante, he used to play on there, and I knew he played on there, and I knew if I was to get on that team, because I was good enough, but I just wasn't as good as the kids on the Dodgers. So I knew if I left the Dodgers to go on the Mets, that I would get some playing time. All I wanted to do, I just wanted to play. I didn't care who team I was on, I just wanted to play. So my daddy, he talked to me. He was like, what you want to do? He said he not gonna make no decisions for me. He gonna let me make my own decision. And I respect what he did, so I can learn this valuable lesson that I learned. I talked to my daddy, said I want to leave, go to the Mets. We talked to Coach Dunn. He said everything good. He'll let me leave and go to the Mets. So my daddy was like, are you sure you want to go? I'm not making this decision for you. I'm gonna let you make your own decision, but I'm telling you this now. Just because you not playing, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean you just up and quit and leave nobody's team. If you want to play on this team, you keep practicing, get much better so you be able to play. Ain't nothing gonna be handed to you in life. So he let me leave. I finally just came up with the decision I want to leave because I just want to play. I left there and went to the Mets, and I regretted it. Well, in the moment I didn't regret it at all, but now that I think back on it, you don't quit just because something is hard and somebody not letting you play and all that stuff. You keep practicing, get better. Your time gonna come. Everything not gonna get handed to you. Just keep at it. Just like Michael Jordan, when he was in high school, he didn't just come out playing. He sat the bench. Then later on, he got his shot. That's what I should have did. I shouldn't have left that team just because everybody was much better than me. I should have stayed on that team. And my daddy, I didn't learn that until I got an adult. I didn't learn this lesson. I always would think about it, but I really sat down and thought about it maybe like a year or two ago, and really was like, that's what my daddy was trying to teach me. That's what my daddy was trying to tell me. And I'm glad he let me make that decision. I'm glad he let me make that mistake on my own so I can really see. Because if he just tell me later on in life, I would have probably did the same exact thing. You don't just quit just because something hard. Don't quit. Keep going. Eventually your time gonna come. So fast forward, I played for the Mets, and then some years went by. I didn't want to play for them no more because all the older kids, they starting to move up. So I wanted to go back to my original team. So I didn't find this out until just recently. My mama, she was saying that the Mets coach, he said, because I was so good, the Mets coach, he said, I can't leave and go to the Dodgers just off the rip. I can't just move from team to team. The Dodgers, they had to give up 2 of their boys in order for me to come over back to the Dodgers. So the Dodgers gave up 2 of their boys because I was pretty good, and I just remember one of my all-star highlights. I used to play shortstop. Pretty much every field, every age group, I played shortstop. I played my very first game back to the Dodgers. I was shortstop and I went in the hole. Somebody hit the ball up the hole. I ran and dove for the ball. I'm gonna let my uncle and my daddy tell y'all about this story because they love talking about this. I think I made their day when I went in the hole and got that ball right on this field. I went deep. It's like it went straight up the middle, and I ran over there and dove for the ball. I didn't get the person out. I didn't even throw the ball because he was pretty much there already, and I wasn't gonna get him out. But they like I should have threw it anyway. Those type of plays, you throw the ball. Sometimes the umpire for those type of plays, the umpire just give you the out just for that highlight. So I should have threw the ball anyway. But that I remember that. And I never, the only time I hit a home run on this field, I never hit a home run in a game in my life. I was always a hitter, like hit base hits, I used to hit the ball hard, base hits and all that, but I never hit the ball out. I never hit a home run. The only time I hit a home run on this field, my daddy used to bring us out here like Sundays and throughout the week, and we used to always practice. My daddy put a lot of time in us practicing with me and my brother. We used to always come out here like Sundays, like the very next day after we had the game, and we'll practice. I hit a home run left field. We was out here practicing. He was throwing the ball. I remember I had a blue bat. I forgot what the bat called. It was a blue bat. He had just bought it for me not too long ago, and I hit it. Oh man, I was so happy. That's why I be wanting my son Dominique to hit a home run so bad, because I never got a chance to hit a home run, and he got an even better chance than me because like even when he was like T-ball and Shetland and all that, they play on the smaller field. My whole life I played on, until I was of age to play on the next field, I played on this field right here. So that I always tell them they robbed me my chance of home runs too for not putting us on Pony League, but I won't change that for nothing because we had some good times at this park right here. And I also remember, because the West Tampa, y'all see the project's not too far away from here. It was sometime this man, he I don't know if this story was the truth, but I heard like people talking around the time that this happened. This was some years ago when I was a kid. It says, man, the story was that I heard, the story was the man, he touched some little girl. He touched a little girl. I guess he was babysitting. He touched a little girl. The parents came home and found out that he touched them. The parents, they chased him from all the way from the projects all the way to this baseball field to right here. I'm gonna show y'all. I remember it like yesterday. They chased him from the projects. He jumped over that senior league field. He jumped from the outfield fence. He was running. It was a game going on. He was running through the game all the way right here. They caught him right here, and they put a beating on him so bad. If he really did touch that little girl, I think he deserved that whooping that he got. They had a bat on. I think they maybe got that bat. I know the man had either man or the lady had a bat, and they was hitting him with the bat, kicking him, beating him up. They hit him in the head a few times with that bat. But you don't touch no little girl. If that story was true, you don't touch no little girls. I don't like that. But if that was true, he deserved that whooping. But he got his behind beaten right here badly, very bad, for touching that little girl. I'm headed home right now so I can eat. I'm starving. My wife just called me and asked do I want breakfast, so I'm headed on my way home, and then we're gonna take Davion to the park so he can get out the house. I have two kids, Dominique and Davion. Dominique is 6, Davion is 2. Davion's about to be 3. Davion is not in school yet. He's getting signed up, so hopefully by next week he should be in school. We just submitted all the paperwork to get him in school. So yeah, 2 kids. I am married. I got married. I forgot how old we was. I'll tell y'all when I get home. I got married to my wife, Tiara. We got together in high school. So our senior year, we got together, girlfriend, boyfriend, and then we stayed together and got married. All right, guys, I made it home to the family. We're about to eat. Well, she cooking now. I just wanted to hop on because I see the game. Growing up, I was a huge gamer. From the time the very first PlayStation came out, we had the very first PlayStation, and after that, every single PlayStation that came out after that, we had. So I'm a big PlayStation fan. I don't like to play on Xbox. My cousin, my auntie used to always buy my cousin them an Xbox and the Sega and all. Well, we had the Sega, not the Xbox and the GameCube. They had all the Xbox stuff. We had all the PlayStation stuff. So we had best of both worlds when we go to each other's house. And also, growing up, we went to both sides of my family's houses during every week where we got dropped off or we left school, went to my grandma's house on my mother's side. We went over there, and then once we left there, we went to my grandmother's house on my daddy's side. So we seen our family members every single week, pretty much every day. It's sometimes we'll maybe just pack up and go straight home, but every single day, no matter what week, no matter if it was school nights or what, we seen our both sides every single day. Yeah, I just really remember us hardly ever being home. We was always out, whether it's at either one at my grandma's house or my baseball. It was one of those three. And then we got into football. I used to, because my cousins on my grandma's side, on my daddy's side, all my cousins played football. We used to play baseball, and then we used to go to their games and watch them. We was too young to play then because they was just on Pee Wee. It was flag football, then Pee Wee. They was on Pee Wee, and we was too young. But I was fascinated with football, watching them play football. I wanted to play football for a long time. And then my daddy, he was just like, nope, strictly baseball, strictly baseball. Then I finally was the age to play Pee Wee. Then I played Pee Wee. So that was my very first year playing Pee Wee. I love football. I skipped, what is called, Super Midgets? Is Pee Wee Super Midgets? Oh, she don't know. She did the part. I would think it was, yeah, it was Pee Wee, Super Midgets, then varsity. I skipped Super Midgets, I played midgets, and played varsity. But I love football. I love baseball, but I like football. I'd rather play baseball than football. I'm much better at baseball than football. So I guess that's why they want us to steer towards baseball. But I want to try football because that's something I want to do. And they finally let us do it. I didn't tell y'all who we played for. We played for the Raiders at Tampa FL. That was at Skyway Football Field. We made it to Kate Jackson Park here, about to go play. Dominique at school, we didn't go pick him up early. But Davion here, my wife here.
Why am I doing with my helmet?
You are?
We're about to let him burn off some energy for a little while, then we head back home. I said, after I ate, I had to get up out of that house because I'm sleepy. I didn't want to fall asleep. I have to finish this video. So that's why we came out. If I would have stayed in that house any longer, I would have been asleep. Alright guys, we made it to the park. Well, I already told y'all we made it to the park. And I changed my shades because I don't know what I did with my other shades that I had on. I lost them in that short period of time. So I changed these, but I'm trying to think, what else should I tell y'all? If I'm trying to tell a story about myself, what would you want to know?
How you was created. No, just
So,
you already told him like the stuff you enjoyed growing up.
No, slide down.
Slide down what?
This is slide right here. No, the slide.
I thought you was telling him to slide down where he was. I'm like, huh?
No. Oh, I ain't tell y'all about my parents. Growing up, my mama, I had an overprotective mama. She was, you know, she overprotected my mama.
She not gonna like this, like you saying that.
She overprotective. She knows she overprotective. My mama overprotective. My mama overprotective, and my daddy was mean. I don't know what it was. He was mean.
They total opposites.
Yeah, but so it's like, even like as far as like saying at Riverfront, they used to have block parties. My mama did not want us to go. Like growing up as kids, she did not want us to go to block parties. We didn't really start
Couldn't
going.
you go to like the little teen parties?
No, we couldn't do none of that. Growing up, we couldn't do none of that because my mama, oh, I don't want them to get hurt and all this type of stuff. And then my daddy, he like the total opposite. Like when stuff like that, even like playing around, and my mama see us, she be like, ooh, y'all stop before something happen. My daddy like, them my boys.
He say that not to David.
Yeah, he said that to our kids. He's like, them boys, let them boys be boys. If something happen to them, we'll get them and take them to the hospital. That's how my daddy is. My mama is like, she want to prevent stuff from happening before they.
But that's how you are right
happen.
now. You want to prevent it.
On some stuff, not all the stuff. Like say if I see them running around the table, my daddy, he'll be looking at them running around the table, and he just thinking in his mind, they keep doing that, they gonna hit their head on the table. He won't say nothing at all until after it's done. If I see something like that, I'm gonna stop them. No, don't do that. So I got it a little bit, but now no one near like my mama. But what else? But I do like my mama. She loving, caring, and stuff like that. So she care about you. Whatever you need, it's like this. Again, they the total opposite. My mama, she like. What happened? Oh.
Well, that's her fault. She shouldn't be going up the road.
My mama, she with this another scenario. Like she, like growing up, she wanted us to have certain things, but she not about to, like, say for instance Jordans. Growing up, we every like for birthdays and stuff like that, we'll get a pair of Jordans and stuff like that. But she's the type of person like, no, don't spend your money on this crazy stuff that's not even gonna last. Spend it on stuff that's going to either make you money or save you money. So she's like that. Every now and then she gonna fall for her boys and be like, oh, let's get them some Jordans and stuff. If you go ask my mom for something, she'll 9 times out of 10 say, yeah, my daddy, he just straight no. He don't want to spend no money on no Jordans, no clothes and all that stuff. He like to be cheap. That's how my daddy is. My mama, she'll spend it from time to time. My daddy, even birthdays, he won't have none of that.
When you buy your birthday gift?
No, he'll buy that, but he not the expensive stuff. Like say it's a name brand something and a off-brand something, he want to buy, well, he don't even want to buy it at all, but he'll buy the off-brand before he buy the name brand. That's how my daddy is. So what else would you want to know?
We sure picked a hot spot.
Cause I need the sun.
Oh.
What would, like, say, like you like Tiffany Haddish? What would you like to know about her?
How did she get where she, what was like?
See, I'm not up there yet, so I can't ask.
What was life like growing up? What made her want to do what she do? What inspired her to be, a comedian? Like, when did she start? Did she, say for example, did she start, was she a class clown? Everybody liked her jokes, and then that inspired her, different stuff like that.
See, I can't answer that. I'm trying to.
But even say she was just doing stand up, like she wasn't famous. What inspired her to start doing that? Like,
well, I would say answer this. What inspired me to have a YouTube channel? You
came from being someone that doesn't talk.
I told her.
Until this person that's talking, like you didn't like talking, like you were shy.
Yeah.
So how all of a sudden you just talk on the camera?
I don't know what.
Like, when did it change? Like what triggered that change? Like what made you change?
Really, what really real deal made me change is.
Was it me? Cause I talk like a lot.
No, honestly, why I started vlogging.
You can't take your scooter up there though. Where you gonna go?
You can go right here.
You can ride right here, Dave.
But honestly, why I started vlogging, this is the real deal, honest truth. I didn't even know nothing about vlogging. I didn't know vlogging existed. I used to go on YouTube with strictly music. just strictly music. The only thing I was on YouTube, and then like say some rappers and stuff. Well, I did know about vlog because sometimes they would title their stuff a vlog when they just walking around going to store. So I don't know how I go from music. I had to be just watching music or listening to music on YouTube because that's the only thing I use YouTube for. And somehow in the recommendation, somehow I found a Fusi video. Dose of Fusi. I started with watching him on Dose of Fusi. So I watched him for about a good year. It was like 2015. I watched him for about a good year, and I'm thinking the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, I can do this. I can do this. There's nothing to go around vlogging yourself. Well, it ain't easy, but it's like I'm thinking to myself like, this is something that I can get into. So maybe a year or so later, I started this channel like 2016. Well, I created it. I didn't upload videos to maybe 2017. I started uploading videos. So I bought the camera. I was inspired by Fusi. I love his vlogs. I didn't know no other YouTuber besides Fusi. I started watching him, and then he added people like Roman and Casey and all that in his vlogs. That's when I started going from vlog to vlog. So I started watching Fusi, and then I'm trying to think, how did it line up? I'm like, I can do this. So I finally bought a camera. No, for a whole year I created this channel. A Glimpse of Royalty, in 2016. So for like a whole year, I think it was 2016, for a whole year I created the channel, but I never uploaded. I'm like, I can do this. I did this, created the channel, and then I'm just waiting, like procrastinating. I never bought a camera. I never used my phone. I'm watching so many videos of what camera to use. I'm using all that stuff as an excuse. And then I finally uploaded the video. I'm like, okay, I need to keep doing this to get better and better at it. So I kept doing it to get better at it. I was still shy. I was scared to vlog in front of people. Like when I first started the channel, I would not be vlogging at this spot that I'm vlogging in right now. I maybe try to find a corner or something. I'm vlogging in public. There's many people out here, and I've gotten better with that. But I started vlogging, and then I said, I need to quit. I want to do this full time. I want to quit my job. So I was like, I need to go at it. If I don't do this, there's no way I'm going to be able to leave my job. So I said, forget this, forget all the shyness and all that. So that's how I ran out of storage on my memory card. But what I was pretty much saying is, if I didn't say the heck with being shy and I'm going to do this 100%, I will not be successful, and I won't be doing what I want to do. So that's what veered me away from my shyness, because I want to be successful on this platform.
I got wet.
Oh, and I just thought about too, after high school, I went to Middleton High School. After high school, I wanted to be in some type of music. I used to love music, love listening to music, love making beats, love music, period. So I went to school, IDAT. I've seen they don't have that school anymore. I guess they shut down, but I went there to be a producer. I wanted to do something that made a lot of money, that you were behind the scenes. I didn't want to be seen. I wanted to just make my money quietly. But that's totally different now. I want to be seen now. But before, I didn't want to be seen. I just wanted to make my money quietly. But because I was shy, I just wanted to do something that no one seen me. But all that changed now. I went to school. I went there for not even a whole year, because I'm not into school. I just want to go to school to do exactly what I want to do. Go like how they have those trade schools where you go do exactly what you went there for. they had me doing all English, math, and all that stuff. I didn't go there for that. I just went there to learn how to make beats. I seen they weren't teaching me that, so I just stopped going. I wasn't feeling that. I wasn't really no school type of person. I hated school. So that's why I didn't last long enough. And then once I left there, I went to HCC, that's a community college. And I did maybe almost a whole year there too. Yeah, I stayed on campus and I almost did a whole year, and I stopped doing that. I went to HCC for radiology. I was just trying to find something simple that, again, get paid quite a bit of money. And I seen they get paid a decent salary, so I wanted to do that. My mama was just going through, just naming stuff, what would I like to be, and that was one of them. I thought that was better than all the other stuff she was naming. So I went there for that, and I didn't last long because it's like I never wanted to do that. I was just doing it because it was simple. You can hurry up and get in and out. I wasn't doing it for me. So YouTube and the Dominique Effect and the Glimpse of Royalty, I'm doing for me, and I love doing it. I enjoy doing it. So that is why I'm sticking with this. Oh, and while we are on the music tip, me, my brother, and my cousin, all three of us, we formed a rap group. We all used to rap. I used to make beats, and then we all used to rap. I went and used my whole, what that check called? The refund check?
Net check.
The net check, whatever that check called when you're in college. I was in college. I used all that money to go buy the studio stuff. Like I said, I was living on campus. I went and did my whole closet. I didn't have no clothes in there. I had the clothes all folded up, shoes all up under the bed. I lifted my bed and I made the whole closet a studio. So I used all that money to make that a studio. We still got some songs out there, but I ain't gonna point y'all in the direction of them, but just know they out there. But we did used to rap. So what else would you like to know?
You told about my song that I did and you erased it on purpose?
No. She recorded a little song for me. What it was saying.
Dominique, I love you.
And somehow I mistakenly deleted it. She think I did it on purpose. I didn't even know it was deleted. I left and took her home, and when I came back, it was gone. So I don't know what happened to that song, but it's gone. I'm trying to think of anything else that I can tell you guys.